Yeah.
So I feel like people feel like, sometimes they may be failing in their business. Sometimes they feel like, man, the orders just aren't coming in, or they see other people and like, yes, I know God tell us not to envy other people, but he don't
Right.
tell us to not have like hopes and like aspirations for our business. So like, where do you go from here? Where do you go when you failed and you're like, how do I get up from this? Or is it really a failure because we are comparing our lives to other people's lives?
Yeah. It is entrepreneurship is not an easy road. If people are on the gram, people are on social media saying what they have available, and they got all these orders going out the door, they're shipping all these boxes and, things like that. That's great. Is it every day for them that it's like that? There's many people out there who are, really doing the dang thing. And we're talking about, we're being transparent here on Tamela and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday about feeling like a failure. I just had a transparent, we were sharing transparent, and we said, let's hit record to record this moment. I'm a little weepy. I don't know why I'm always weepy on here. What's my therapy sessions or what? But anyway,
Right.
when you feel, I was just sharing that I'm applying for, so I had to submit some paperwork for something. And the person who is overlooking the paperwork, I knew 20 years ago when I was in corporate America, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. She's cool. I'm cool. I knew her. We connected. Oh, how you doing? Blah, 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 da, da, da. But I had to submit, materials and documents from over the past 3 years. And, when I was in corporate America, I was pulling it down, check, 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 and when you're an entrepreneur, you have to be transparent and say, this is what I have, and I was saying, I don't know if it's a good thing for I don't say the P word or the C word, the time that we're in, the stress
Yeah.
moment that we're in the time,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. And, to show those numbers is really dismal. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're in business and you made this. But we've had a stretch of time over the past 2.5 years now where,
Right.
things are funny.
Mm-hmm.
But to be transparent enough to show that information to somebody that you knew in a different capacity, it's sobering. It really is, like you're really showing your hand and being transparent. And it's not a big number. It's not the big numbers that I used to make. And not saying it's nothing, but it's not, the big number, and you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to make it, and things just don't show up when you expect them to show up, or happen when you expect them to happen, or the appearance of something happening, or that you've made it,
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur. And that road is long, and that road is lonely sometimes, and that road is always a road of check and measures, keep going, do
Mm-hmm.
something more. You're doing it. Oh, this didn't work, but you still got to do it. And you have to um, be able to, check in with yourself, and what do you do? What do you muster up? You know, we all know prayer, or those out there who know the power of prayer. We know that we have a source that we can go to. We have, we do our prayer, affirmations or what have you, daily devotionals or what have you. But when it comes down to your level of success, or what your idea of success is, um, have you made it to that level? And how do you get there? How do you get to that level of where you feel like, oh, I made it, And we do have certain things that we can check off on our list. Like, yeah, I did that. Oh, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember when that happened. And I just saw somebody the other day. I was, dropping off some voter information, and a
Yeah.
lady was like, "Hey, she was from my church. I hadn't seen her in such a long time. I knew her face, but I didn't know her name. Hey, are you still making those chips? You got those tortillas, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah." I was trying to place her because I was like, "Where do I really know her from?"
Don't you
Right?
hate when that happens?
Yeah, where do I really know her from? But so that gives you some inspiration that somebody
Right.
out there still enjoys your product. I know I was talking long, so I'll let you.
No, it's okay. It's all good. Yeah, I'm Taylor, first of all. This is Tamela and Taylor Street Talk Tuesday. So we were discussing, we were having a transparent moment. We were talking about how we see success, as far as like our businesses, our life. I've heard someone say, like, if you are doing something, the same thing that you were doing 20 years ago, as in negative things, then you wasted 20 years of your life. But how does that apply if you're an entrepreneur? How does that apply if you are a person doing honest work and you are trying to make it, but you just don't feel like you are meeting, the requirements. You feel like things should be going different in life. I know, as far as business, people often say you will fail or succeed in the first 5 years. And so, like, as far as that is concerned, you are doing great. You know what I mean? So it's just like we're asking ourselves, how do you how do you check in to find out if you are doing good in your business? Is it just the numbers? Is it the personal feeling that you get when you have created something and you see the smile on somebody's face? Is it like, what is it that you measure your business by to see how successful you are? We were talking about, of course, financially, because you are in business to turn over a profit to help support you and support your family. And we were just talking about all of the people that we see, like, on social media platforms and things like that. Like, are they really doing the numbers that they say that they're doing? Are people really living the lifestyle? Or is it just that people are like fronting so that they can be popular? You know what I mean? Um, I've heard of people that were like swimsuit models, and then they wanted to become a business person, and then they couldn't get anybody to buy anything because they were only known as swimsuit models. So they had to, basically identify themselves and start completely over, because now they're trying to transition to a different fan base. Or if you ever like read autobiographies, people be failing. They be failing hard. They be in their sixth or seventh business, and then they finally get it right. But those times, are they considered lost, or are they just considered lessons? So that's what we were talking about here on Tamela and Taylor's Treat Talk Tuesday, where we talk about treats, business, and life.
Yeah, this is one of those life moments.
Right.
It's really a life moment, more
Real
so
life.
than a business moment. It's a little bit of both, actually. And you're right. Are they losses or are they lessons? That's a good topic. Are they losses or are they lessons? And I can say that they're lessons. We always are readjusting what works, what doesn't work,
Yeah.
what's selling, what's not selling, what the people want, what they don't want, because they will show you what they want by their buying power. Okay. When they're handing over their credit card, when they're handing over a dollar, we'll just put it that way, because there's so many ways you can pay today.
Right.
Um,
There is.
so their voice is, their dollar, or their, when they're paying, that shows you what they're interested in.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments out there, if you are feeling like we're feeling? Do you have anything to add to it? Are we, are we legit in what we're saying? Because I know there's a lot of people out there. It's like, oh, you're doing fine, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but it is still a transparent moment to be vulnerable, to tell people, you don't always got it together. It ain't always working.
Right.
It ain't always working.
Right.
And that's why we have this platform where we're just sharing what we know. That's what we started. We're sharing what we know. And use it to your ability. This is stuff over the years that we're sharing, right? These are things, that our experiences, what we've done, and things that probably aren't, working out, as we're talking about today. The other part of that is surround yourself with like-minded people, because you can share information when on this entrepreneurial road or journey that you just can't share with other people that might not be on that journey. And there is a difference. It doesn't mean it's a bad or good thing. It's just that it's different. It's different from, everyday life sometimes. It's different from, maybe, what you're doing with your children. It's different from those types of things. And sometimes it's always about going forward and trying something new and grabbing on to a hold of something that is working for that moment. And then you got to switch up sometimes. So what you do know is that you have a quality product. Your product is good. You have a great product, but how to get it out there? How to maybe make some new moves? Maybe it's going to talk to somebody at the store. Hey, do you want to carry this product? Hey, here's some samples. Here's my price list. Here's what I can do wholesale. I need you to order 2 dozen or 3 dozen in order for me to keep the cost down. And here's what you can sell it at retail. Okay. So those are things. Also, I just did something recently. Oh, I had a order from a restaurant, and I sent some samples by first at the suggestion of my mom. I was like, once again, she was right. She was right.
They normally are. We don't like to admit it, but they live way longer than us. So we just got to give them some credit that they know some things we don't know. Okay.
Yeah, she was right. And so we'll see how that blossoms, that opportunity blossoms, but I know it was well received. Yeah. And sometimes you got to step out your comfort zone. We get so comfortable in our comfort zone that we miss opportunities. Don't be like me, who was scared of success. I can admit that today. Don't be like me back in the day. When I had great opportunities. I know everything is in God's timing. I realize that. But you can be in your own way.
That's a good one too, being afraid of success. I would say that's a major thing, especially if you have never been in that arena before. You never been in the area of like making, let's say, an order for 1,000 people, or making like anything, making a press kit to send out to people, even like having certain things, certain systems, in place. Like it was like before people would be like, hey, I want to order a cake. It would take me so long to figure out the price of the cake that they would be like, we found somebody else. But like simple things based on the industry that you're in. If you are selling t-shirts, you got to know how much each t-shirt costs and how much it's going to cost to print. Like certain things need to be like, everybody is moving so fast. They're like, all right, I'm tired of waiting on this person. I want to support small businesses, but I don't have the patience to support a small business today. You know what I mean? And that's not right on their part, but you also have to have a part in you that's like, I'm going to even though this business is small and maybe one person doing all of the orders, the decorating, the catering, and all that stuff, it's not going to be that way forever. Like, let's put it in our mind. Even if we fail, it's not going to be this way forever.
Right.
Like,
I agree with that. I agree with that whole.
that should be the right. You got to be intentional. Even like listening to other people's failures or lessons, their lessons. Even if listening to other people's lessons, listening to people that was scared because, like Tamela said, was scared to succeed at things. That's even like a lesson in that. You can't live your life in fear. You can't live your life, especially if you have the Lord. Like,
mm-hmm.
He tell us not to have a spirit of fear.
That's
even
right.
even in business, He tells us that we should have real estate, like real land here on earth. Like, we can't like represent Him and still be like broke down, busted, and poor, and you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna be like, oh, look at God. The God she serves is poor. He's not really how he says he is, because obviously she loves him. He's poor. You know what I mean? Just like I heard that in the sermon a couple weeks ago. I was like, the disrespect. Don't be out here telling me the truth about life, okay? But yeah, I was like, man, this is we can't say that we serve a God that has everything and then like we just be out here not having it. I don't understand. But everything is in His timing, like Tamela said. I don't believe God will give you the millions and then you ruin yourself and then you be like, oh man, you know what I mean? Dang, He gave it to me too early.
Yeah. And the other part of that, Taylor, I'm thinking now is stop looking back. I'm going to have to stop looking back about what it was, what was going on at that time. And I'm looking forward to what can be. Okay. Looking forward to what can be and the opportunities that are here today. Because guess what? When I started my business years ago, the opportunities weren't the same as they are today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a Black Lives Matter movement. There wasn't, X number of dollars that are poured into minority businesses now. There wasn't a platform like social media, Instagram, YouTube, all these other social programs or social media platforms that were available then. So if I want to flip it around, there's so much more today to be able to do something than there was, quote unquote, yesterday.
Right. So, I mean, with that being said, it's a lot to think about, lots of lessons to think about. We just wanted to open up to you guys and just bring you in on our discussions. We be discussing a whole lot of things that we don't record. We be crying, we be laughing, but we just decided to let you in on this today. All right. It is what we needed. Okay.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm Taylor with Taylor's Kitchen, located in Albion, Michigan, where we make custom treats for your special occasions. I can be found on all social media platforms at Sweet Spirit Treats. I'm going to let Tamela send us out.
Yes, thank you, Taylor, and thank you for being a co-conspirator, a co-host in what this topic was today, and of course every Tuesday. I am Tamela, owner of Torlitas for that sweet and crunchy taste, located right here in the state of Ohio. I am at Torlitas, T as in Tuesday, Orlitas. If you want to be a guest on our show, you want to give us some comments, or you have a topic that you would like us to cover, please email us at treattalktuesday@gmail.com, on Instagram, on Instagram.
Instagram. It is Treat Talk Tuesday. No, Tamela. It's going to be at the bottom of the screen. How about that? Okay. It's going to be right here scrolling. Up here or over here?
Absolutely.
Over here.
Absolutely.
Somewhere in here.
Yeah, somewhere. Be sure to check us out on our Facebook group. If you have not been on our Saturday posted, show us what you got Saturday. Post your pictures on there if you're able to, what you did over the week, or it could be from several weeks ago. Just show us your work. We would love to give you your props and your shine. And this is just a platform for us to share information, get tips and tricks on how to navigate this sweet treats business life that we're having. I think we have a really good time and we have some really good talent over there. So go over there and take a look. And lastly, if you haven't already, please like, share, and comment. It helps us with the algorithm on these social media streets. Okay. We come here freely every week to you. If you want to drop us some coin, what's our coin number?
They
Cash
can
App.
cash app us at this. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. Bing, bing. So with that being said, I'm gonna say God bless everybody. Keep going. It is a journey. It's not a sprint. It's definitely a marathon. And some days you got it. Some days you got it even more. Okay.
Have a blessed week. Bye.
Bye.